I'm Alan Gale from Gale Force Winds, and I want to tell you, I am so excited to be in this conversation with people that are really making a difference. I'm talking about the people in the career college network in our country. I'm really talking about the National Association of Career Colleges meeting up with Career Colleges Ontario. A lot of people in this room sharing great ideas, and also a lot of their partners are in this room. People that build this ecosystem, people that provide great services and ideas into the ecosystem, all for the benefit of the students that are taking these wonderful programs. And on that note, why don't you introduce yourself, tell us what you do.
My name's Kath Murray. I'm a hospice palliative care nurse. I'm the founder and the CEO of Life and Death Matters, a hospice palliative care education and resource company.
Tell me about Life and Death Matters. Tell me about the company. Where did it come from, and why should we pay attention?
Ooh, well, I often say that I came to hospice nursing as a child. I was raised by the master family caregiver, and I learned very young that people get sick, people die, and people need care. Mm-hmm. And then as I became a nurse, I became very aware of these phenomenal personal support workers and nurses who do incredible care but often lack the education. So I think is one way to deal with the number of deaths that I had in my family and friends, that one way to make sense of it was to develop education resources to help decrease the burden on the caregiver, and also to help increase the strength of palliative care in core curriculum in the colleges. And so we like to say we develop delicious and digestible resources for students and for educators, so that this can be integrated in core curriculum or in workplace education and continuing education.
Such an important part of the healthcare journey, certain important part of the conversation and the education. And without this, does it exist anywhere without your offering in there?
There are different resources, and there are some great resources, and there's different things that you can find on the web. But what I've tried to do with ours is to make it really approachable, really user-friendly, and also address the practical, and not only for the person that you're caring for, but for their family, be family however they define it. And just want to help people move from something that they might be terrified of to something they're comfortable with. And I think one of our favorite compliments is when students say, this was the part of the program that I was most afraid of, and it's the part of the program I love the best.
Yeah, because misunderstood, right? That whole piece is misunderstood, and to sort of educate them and give them the power to deal with that, because again, as you so rightly point out, it's about the person and their families and taking them through that beautiful journey at the end of their life.
Well, and it is such an incredible and a sacred time. And yet it's not just, palliative care is not just for this end of life. Right. It's not just the last months, but from time of diagnosis on.
Right.
Palliative care has such good skills at helping people to be more comfortable and to live life more fully.
Right. And so it's really designed for which sort of program? So your offering fits into which program?
So in Ontario, the personal support worker, or home support worker, or community caregiver. There's different names cropping up. In British Columbia, that's called healthcare assistant. It might be called in Alberta, I think, healthcare aide. In the eastern provinces, continuing care aide or continuing care assistant. We also have a resource for nurses, and that's great. So the one for personal support workers is called Integrating a Palliative Approach, Essentials for personal support workers. The one for nurses is Essentials in Hospice and Palliative Care, a practical resource for every nurse. We also have a program, an online program we put together with the Canadian Hospice Palliative Care Association and Hospice Palliative Care Ontario and Life and Death Matters, called PACE for PSWs, so Palliative Care Education for PSWs. Very interactive, very dynamic, and lots of reflective exercises and activities and knowledge checks. It's great. And what's nice about it is you can do that independently and or with a team working through it. So it can be used in the classroom, it can be used for workplace education.
It says on your title, author. Tell me about the book.
Well, there's a few. So there's the one for personal support workers, there's the one for nurses in English, and then we also have one that we've translated into Spanish.
Okay.
That is being used in Latin America and just more starting to roll out.
Right.
So that's pretty exciting too.
Important work that you do. Are you having great success at the conference talking to the various
We're
colleges?
absolutely, and you know, the colleges and the career colleges, I think that sometimes they're given a bit of a bad rap, you know, but my goodness, and there must be some that are, you know, not so good. Maybe you want to, you know, edit that out. But what's so amazing is these people who are working hard to address the need, many working hard to address the need of the new Canadians, but also people living in small towns, long-term care facilities in little towns that don't have any training nearby. And these little career colleges or bigger career colleges, they can do things that the community colleges can't do in terms of responding. And I am always inspired when I'm amongst this group because I see such creativity, and I also witness such goodness in trying to be with people and meet the needs.
Yeah, well, 100%. I sense it too. There's goodness in this room.
Oh.
People are making a difference, just
Yep.
like you're making a difference. So thank you.
Thank you.